Faith is your ability to believe what you are not able to see. And the reward of faith is you start seeing what you believed. This is something that I've observed enough of relationships in these 16 years, with my own life, in your life, and I know this is Satyam. Relationships are never lost because of expression. Relationships are always lost because of suppression. When I start forming thoughts about you and I don't tell you, when I start entertaining feelings about you which I don't express, and keep suppressing for whatever reason. Either you don't have the courage to express, or because you love the person so much you feel that if you express everything it will hurt the other person, so let me not express it. In fact, we build gaps in relationships through suppression. A neatly flowing relationship, and you start feeling gaps in the relationship because of suppression. Because when I want to tell you something, I want to tell you something, but I'm not telling you this, and I hold this back. There is a scratch in that spectacles, and every time I see you right now, I'm continuing to relate to you through that scratch, and another scratch comes in. Honestly, I'm okay with those short-tempered people who will burst out and say everything. It's released. The moments may not be a happy moment, it might be a nasty moment, but after that everything settles down. Then those who all the time want to appear good, all the time want to appear an angel, all the time want to have a good name, all the time want to be diplomatic, manipulatively diplomatic. When all the time there's a gap between what you feel and what you think, when there's a gap between what you think and what you say, when there's a gap between what you say and what you do, and when there's a gap between what you did and what you say about what you did, it starts building a gap in the relationship. Now, I didn't like what he is doing. I don't think he should be doing what he is doing. But I thought if I tell him, he'll feel hurt. Eventually, you'll hurt the relationship itself. A lot of people say, if I start expressing everything I think about you, everything I feel about you, doesn't it really hurt my loved ones? We discussed in Top Gear. It's better to suffer hurt in a relationship than to hurt the relationship itself. Your expressions will create hurt in a relationship, but it won't hurt the relationship. Your suppressions will hurt the relationship itself. In fact, you will bring the relationship to a point where you feel saying anything makes no sense anymore, so I don't want to say it. And once you bring a relationship to a point where you feel saying it is not going to make sense, so let me not say it. See, daily dust can be dealt with. But you sweep it under the carpet, you sweep it under the carpet, you sweep it under the carpet, and suddenly when you lift the carpet, now there's dust allergy. And also what happens with suppression, because a lot of you struggle so much to appear good. See, to become good is different from appearing good. Become an angel. But till you become an angel, there is a part of you which is going through certain thoughts and emotions. And any relationship you want it to develop, any relationship you want it to grow, has to be communicated, has to be expressed. And somehow, ironically, those relationships where sometimes these expressions happen, which results in some nasty moments, maybe those fights, maybe both of you get to experience the worst of each other. In fact, the bonding in those relationships after that is even higher. It's much, much higher. Of course, every time I have shared this, immediately in the next 2-3 days, I'll get at least 10 letters from all of you. Now let me say it. It's so difficult to deal with suddenly when you have an account for 3 years. Nobody can deal with it. That day's emotion, that day finalize it. Anybody can handle. Carry forward, snowballing effect. And suddenly it comes in such ugly proportions. In fact, what happens is, those of you who keep suppressing, and eventually when you erupt, and you are saying things about things that has happened, which the other person doesn't even remember. என்ன சொன்ன? Last March also you did something. என்னமா பண்ண? Last March. அதுக்கப்புறம் so much has happened. I have gone through a subject list. Maybe I am a transformed individual. After that I have done a top gear. Maybe I am a transformed individual. I saw a lot of you. Maybe I am a transformed individual. I have learned to count my blessings. I am a transformed individual. I am completely a new person today. You are asking questions to Valmiki about the thief he was, and he doesn't know how to reply anymore. You are explaining Mahatma Gandhi to explain the actions he performed as Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, and he cannot explain. You are asking the new me about why the old me did what he did. And people will not be able to deal with those emotions. So we discussed, talked here. Both of us love each other. And the price we might have to pay for loving each other is once in a way acknowledge that what you say and how you express may hurt me. And my love should be strong enough to absorb that. What is this thing called love? That if always you'll have to act your best self forward. I'm sorry, let me use a very blunt vocabulary. In a relationship where the other is expected to be always right, always good, always pleasant, always the best self, that's not called relationship, that's called prostitution. A relationship between two unevolved individuals, maturing individuals, egoistic individuals will have its vulnerability. There will be temper rises. There will be suppressions expressed. There will be sometimes sulking. Sometimes the other will feel guilty for what they have not done. And sometimes they will strive to make you guilty for what you have not done. Sometimes you will be blamed. Sometimes you will be applauded. And it is this just unpredictability and variations in a relationship that makes relationship the spicy relationship it is. Two imperfect individuals cannot create a perfect relationship. It's not possible. And both involved in the relationship are imperfect. So those imperfections will show up in the relationship. And the absorbing factor for all this is that I love you. You love me. And let love play the role of and love is my ability to be nasty with you this moment and come back with begging eyes to you the next moment and saying, I'm sorry. Let me share this on relationship, which I shared in each of these top gears, something I've written and unposted later, something that's very close to my heart. Very close to my heart. Even if I don't do anything else, if I can build 10% of the world on the grounds of this, I think I would have built a new heaven on earth. The search is for a relationship where my yesterdays will not be held against my todays. The search is for a relationship where you have to understand today I'm a much better person than I was yesterday. And don't hold my yesterday against my today. The search is on for that one relationship where the mistakes of my past will not be used to disturb the pleasantness of my present. Me being a human, I will commit mistakes. And today maybe I'm a corrected individual, but the search is on for that relationship where the mistakes of my past will not be held and the pleasantness of my today are disturbed. Me being a human, even when my intentions are right, sometimes my actions may not be right. The search is on for that one relationship where even when you don't approve of my actions, you are able to still trust my intentions. My expressions of love may not always be the way you want. I may not share my happiness with you always the way you want. My actions may not get approved by you, but my intention is, I love you. My intention is I want to share my happiness with you. My intention is sometimes I'm thinking by doing what I'm doing will make a difference to the relationship. My actions may be wrong, but my intentions are right. It's like a mother denying a vegetable biryani to a child who's suffering from loose motion. And the child perceives this as mommy does not love me anymore. Her intention is right. Maybe you don't approve of the actions right now. The search is on for that relationship where, me being human, some of my actions will be wrong, but I'm looking for that relationship which can trust my intentions. The search is on for that relationship where I don't have to explain myself every time. Sometimes much after the action is over, I realize where I need to correct myself by myself. And correcting myself is not a tiring experience. Explaining myself to you is a very tiring experience. The most tiring aspect of a relationship is having to explain oneself to the other. Nothing is more tiring. The search is on for that one relationship where I will be told by someone I love, you will never have to explain yourself in your life to me. The search is on for that one relationship where I will not be rubbed on my wrong side, and the worst of me is brought to the surface and I am told, see how bad you are. The search is begging for that one relationship in my life which will always rub me on the right side of me, the good side of me. Me being human, I have a wrong side and I have a good side. And how long will you keep rubbing me on the wrong side and bring the worst part of me to the surface and show me how bad I am and dent my self-image? Please. Give me that one relationship which will always rub me on the right side, my good side, and bring my goodness to the surface and make me realize I am also a good human being. The search is on for that one relationship where in your presence I can be much more me than even when I am with my own self. Where I can be much more me than even when I am with my own self. And the search is on for that one relationship. And my Lord, I am not asking for too much, because I am searching only for that one relationship that can fulfill this need of mine. A relationship where when I am with you, I feel I am in the womb of my mother. As secure as I am in the womb of my mother. The search is on for that one relationship where when I am with you, I feel I am in the womb of my mother. And that unposted letter continues. It says, all of you who have one such relationship in your life, right now go down on your knees and express your gratitude saying, thank you. What else could I have asked for in life than to have that one relationship in my life in whose presence I feel I am there in the womb? And unposted letter continues. And for all of you who don't have that one relationship in your life, despair not. Didn't the man from the mountaintop, Jesus Christ said, do unto others what you want others do unto you. For all of you who don't have that one relationship in your life, can you be that one relationship to somebody in the world who in your presence feel as if they are in the womb of their mother? I discussed in this Top Gear all the joys I've experienced in life. Let me ensure the world also experiences. More importantly, all the deprivations I had in life, let me ensure nobody else feels deprived of. All of you who feel that I don't have that one relationship in my life, can you be that one relationship to somebody out there in the world where in your presence they feel they can be much more themselves than even when they are with themselves? One relationship where you will always rub them on the right side and show them how good they are. One relationship where you will trust their intentions irrespective of their actions. One relationship where their past will never be held against their present. One relationship where during pleasant times you will not remind them of their wrong times, those mistakes. Just that one relationship in life where they don't have to take the initiative all the time, but you will take the initiative. Can you be that one relationship to somebody out there in the world where you will not transact? You did so much, so I'll do so much. You have not done so much, so I will not do so much. One relationship where irrespective of what you receive, what you will be a giver in life. One relationship where what they do and what they do not do will not alter your ways of love towards them. One relationship. Earlier in the prayer you said, seeking one such relationship in my life is not asking for too much, my God. I'm telling you, asking you to be that one-to-one relationship in the world outside is not asking too much from you either. Can you be that one-to-one person in life where in your presence they can be much more themselves than even when they are with their own self and they feel as secure as being in the womb of their own mother? And love is that blotting paper which can absorb your nastiness, absorb your temper, absorb your suppressions, absorb your complaints, absorb everything that is hurled at. And it's able to absorb that whole thing. It's that sponge, that mop, that vacuum cleaner, which is willing to take everything unto it to keep the environment clean, to keep the floor clean, to keep the world clean, to keep the relationship clean. And that is not asking for too much. Rajan, but don't you think I'll become a one relationship without asking too many questions? One relationship without getting too intellectual about it. One relationship without negotiating too much. Can you be that one-to-one relationship where you're not using too much of your intelligence to negotiate? Why should I do? Do. And see the way you'll grow in your own eyes. For the first time, then you will be able to love somebody the way you have been loved by life. Because irrespective of what you do and what you don't do, life continues to love you and continues to unfold its benevolence through you. Then why can't you be that to one relationship in life? You never want a God that you believe in to ever act against you. You never want a God that you believe in to ever hold anything against you. Then why can't you be that to some relationship in life? One relationship. Beautiful relationships are always lost, not because of expressions, but because of suppressions. If you want to be in a growing relationship, you have to get expressive. And the more and more you become expressive, you're not allowing the other to build an imaginary script inside. The more and more you're suppressive, and the other does not know what you're thinking or what you're feeling, you're allowing the other person to develop a script inside. And once a script is formed, it's very difficult to correct that relationship after that. Don't let that script be formed. What you are thinking about me, I should know it. What you feel for me, I should know it. Good, good, positive, positive, negative, negative. Rajan, it will hurt. That's what he said. It's better to suffer a hurt in a relationship than to hurt the relationship itself. And somehow beyond the line of that nastiness, relationships are always beautiful. The bonding after an expression, however it is even more closer than the bonding that drifts away when there's a lot of suppression in the relationship. That doesn't mean that one of you today decide, so today I'll go and completely express myself. And Rajan, it didn't work. It won't work because you cannot suddenly one day come and dump 4 years of load on one relationship. The heart will not be able to handle it. It is a perspective you decide from here onwards in a relationship. Some past baggage of yours that you have built for too long will remain a past baggage, because I don't think we still have a heart in the world which can handle your entire past. I don't think we still have a heart in the world. Some pastors themselves get shaken up when you confess completely. Okay. So sometimes it may be very difficult for somebody if you load them with your entire past, but it's a perspective you develop in a relationship that from here onwards, I think I will become expressive rather than living a very suppressive life. Now time to take